Tonight is all about the hit list for 2026, hence my thumbnail, looking for that perfect whiskey and maybe a whiskey that I haven't tried before. So pouring myself a whiskey that I really enjoyed the last couple of months, the Knockandu 21-year-old. This is a 1994 bottle, bottled at a 43% ABV. And the only reason that I bought this whiskey is because it is very cheap when I bought this one. So for a 21-year-old whiskey, I think, well, it was a bargain for me. So quick pour of it, wet the whistle. It is a lovely whiskey for 21-year-old at a cheap price. It was ridiculously cheap. Fantastic on the taste as well. So quickly diving into the whiskies, I'm going to start off with the Bunnahabhain 12 years old. This is the cask strength. This is, well, I'm looking forward to trying the 2025 edition. Now I do have the 2023 edition, and wow, that is an absolutely fantastic whiskey. If you are into that sweet whiskies, that monsters, that sherry monsters, Pedro Jimenez monsters, that whiskey that brings out so much flavors, the dark fruits, the chocolates and all of those things. Now this one, the 2023 edition, was bottled at 60.1% ABV. Wow, absolutely an unpeated whiskey, Bunnahabhain single malt Scotch whiskey, cask strength edition. Definitely something that I would love to try, while the 2025 edition. That brings me to the second one, and this is going to be a Laphroaig. Now, I am not really a huge fan of peated whiskies, but after spending so much time drinking Laphroaig, Ardbeg, Octomore, all of those ones, I really started to appreciate the flavors that you can get once you get part of that peatiness, that smokiness, the iodine, that hospital, the TCP, the tar notes. Once you get past that, you open yourself up to some fantastic flavors. Now, I always said, Laphroaig, if you put a little bit of a sherry cask influence in it, this is the 10-year-old sherry cask. Once you put a little bit of a sweetness in there, use the sherry cask, or maybe there's a Pedro Jimenez cask as well. But all of the ones that I've tasted over the last couple of years is 10 years, and I have a 12-year-old as well. Fantastic whiskey. But I would love to try the 18-year-old. 46% ABV, a whiskey that I would love to try, ex-bourbon cask. So it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be a little less peated. 18 years old, the older the whiskies, the peated whiskies, it seems like that phenols tend to move away, step aside, and you are left with that lovely flavors from that ex-bourbon cask. So definitely something that I would like to try. Now, in the UK, I've seen they are selling it for 174 euros for this 18-year-old. So it seems, well, quite expensive, but definitely something that I would like to try. I will try to find if I can buy something like that here in Belgium. And of course, if I find the prices or the Belgian prices, I will also put it over here somewhere so that you can see the comparison between what we are paying in Belgium and what we are paying, or what we could pay when we go to the UK. Now, Brexit is done, and yeah, so we can no longer actually buy and bring it into the country. The taxes and duties and all of those things make it ridiculously expensive. Now, the next one on my list, And this is a whiskey that actually, well, one of the first whiskies that I started reviewing when I started this channel just over 5 years ago. And it was Glencadam. And well, not really this bottle, the 13-year-old Glencadam. This one was the batch number 3, limited edition. They had 5,994 bottles. This was bottle number 4028 ex-bourbon cask, and I really liked them. From the 10-year-old, from the no age statements whiskies, up to I think the 24, 20 or 25-year-old, can't really remember, but all of them is just fantastic. That summer in a glass whiskey, that lightness, that orchardy note that comes out. So that is, my dear friend, well, one that I would really like to add. I've done all of them. So we are talking about the Glencadam 18-year-old ex-bourbon cask. So that lightness, that freshness, that sweetness, I'm really hoping to that I can get a bottle of that and put it on the shelf so that I can maybe do a review on that one. Glencadam, I've met some of the people working there. Ian, one of them, is a real fantastic guy, knows his stuff. He does a fantastic online tasting tour. So if you are interested in Glencadam, definitely give it a go. Up to from the 21, also really nice one, and a 25-year-old, my word, that was absolutely stunning whiskey. The next one on the list is going to be a Taiwanese whiskey, and I'm talking about the Kavalan Solus Vino Barrique 2017 model, and I'm super excited to giving that one a nosing and tasting. I've done quite a number of Kavalan Solus series, and this one's still available. You can get it for about £195 for the bottle, so quite expensive, but you know what, the flavors that come out is absolutely fantastic. So if my budget allows it during the next well, couple of months, that's definitely something that I would like to pick up and give a go. I love that sweetness, the dark fruit also come out, the little sherry monster type of whiskey. Definitely something for somebody that has got a little bit of a sweet tooth. Now the next one on the list, and I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to Redbreast. Now the last bottle that I bought, this was the Redbreast Listowel and sherry cask finish, and it is bottled at a, the eyes is deceiving me. It looks like, I can't see, 46% ABV, I think. They make the letters so incredibly small nowadays. But this is something that I struggled a little bit with this one. As you can see, this bottle was open, wow, quite a long time. I think maybe 4.5 years ago. It's still over here, and I think my son helped me a little bit on this one as well. I did also give quite a number of samples to friends and working friends and colleagues. So the one that I really would like to try, you know, like the Lefroy, when you bring something sweet to it. This one, the Redbreast Penrhos edition, €85.95 in the UK for this bottle. So definitely something that I would like to try. In general, I would like to try a little more Irish whiskey in the future. So 2026, I will put some time aside and try some more of that. The next one on the list, I'm not sure if I'm going to get a bottle of this. And I'm talking, it's called London Distillery Company, 10 Times Around the Sun. 10-year-old single malt from the London Distillery Company, hence the name. 85 euros for a bottle, and it's something that I would like to try some more. I tried some Bimber whiskey from the UK, and I do like them. The prices for me was a little bit crazy, especially the latest editions that comes out. The series that they had, the Underground series, well, that was getting a little bit expensive, and if it wasn't for one of the companies in UK that reached out to me with some samples of Bimber, I would not have even tried to buy some of them. It is expensive, and a lot of people just bought up the whole series, so very difficult to get. So that, my friends, definitely something that I would like to try in 2026. That brings me to, the last one. And this is also a Glencairn, but this is going to be one of those whiskies that is going to be too expensive maybe, but definitely something that I would love to try. Consider that 25-year-old Glencairn was a fantastic whiskey, in my humble opinion. But tonight we are looking at the Glencairn as the 1991 edition, 490 euros or 490 pounds for this bottle, and it's something that I would like to try. It's going to be one of those special ones, wooden box type of thing. You put it up, you display it for everybody, but you only try a wee dram every couple of months, because that's the type of thing that you don't want to run out soon. So that, my dear friends, is all of the whiskies that Visceral Hitman is going to try and buy during the next couple of months, hopefully before the end of December of 2026. So what do you think? What is on your hit list? What whiskey would you love to buy? What whiskies would you try? What whiskies is that on that what whiskies do you have on your special hit list? Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and I see you next time. Cheers.